need a Hail Mary? Put Troy Franklin at your flex spot. That's me. All right, so what are we gonna lead off with today?
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but whoever goes after these predictions, it's gonna have a tough time because they were really good. The predictions this week.
They really
Well,
were. They're inspiring. Even I laughed so much.
yeah,
Adding different memes to the predictions and the matchups was like chef kisses, man. That was a really, really good play right there.
it definitely was. I really enjoyed reading it, and um, it's gonna be
Shout
tough.
out
Whoever
to what's his name? Jeff? Jeff?
Eddie,
Eddie. I don't
yeah,
know where I got Jeff from.
whoever whoever goes after that is gonna have a tough time. But
Definitely, definitely.
let's go ahead and start with the first ones. Eddie against Roger. Um, and I quote Eddie. Always a close matchup, and I feel like we're probably around even against each other. Okay, hold on. Okay, I feel like we're
Oh,
probably
so Eddie is
around even.
divine interception.
Yes, Eddie is divine interception. Yeah.
I feel like he constantly puts a really, really good team together.
Oh yes, I
Uh,
remember the first year we started the league. He had the Patriots defense. I'll never forget, and it was the year the Patriots defense was like unstoppable. They would put up like 15 points every game for some reason. He ended
they're
up
playing the
losing.
Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, he ended up losing to me though,
Nice.
but I got lucky honestly. He had a really good team. He's always had really good teams.
Yeah, no, he does really good roster construction. I see he took a chance on Diggs, but I'm gonna let you lead the way.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick up where I left off. I feel like we're probably around even against each other over the years. I think this is a blowout though. I wish I had played Roger last week before Najee injury. Gibbs is him, and JSN and Keenan Allen are playing well. My team is underperforming. Charts likely playing this week, so KW3 is boom bust. I have high expectations of Nico facing the Titans, and Agent is always great, but Ridley and Diggs have been bust so far. Hoping I can pull it off, but my prediction is for Roger. P.S. Diggs isn't contributing any points to the matchup, but he is providing the most important win over Roger. Cardi B is her. X Factors, Gibbs and Nico, Bus, Coleman, and Ridley. I mean, he's gonna end up winning. To be quite
You
honest,
think so?
unless I mean he's only down 2 points right now, and he's got A Chain playing. He's got the Broncos defense,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah, yeah.
and Roger has Will Lutz still,
Just the
but
kicker.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, the kicker situation, I don't feel like the Broncos gonna have a hard time moving the ball against the Bengals. I don't think anybody thinks that.
Yeah,
So Roger really has an uphill fight tonight.
yeah, but then again,
Every
nobody thought the Cowboys were gonna put up 40 points last night either, and
You
don't tell
feel
me
me?
you
I did
did.
not.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I didn't.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
a homer, but
yeah.
I was like, nah, this is gonna be nasty. But it was a great game.
It was a great game. It was a great game. But yeah, I mean,
It's
I get where he's coming from. I know Dix has been really bad this year. Um, I know he had 7 points the second game and 5 points last game, and now this week he put up his season high 16.1 points,
mm,
which is what's helping him. You know that he showed up, and obviously 19 points from a kicker is always good. If
yep.
somehow Roger gets 19 points from his kicker tonight, then maybe we're in trouble. But
Hey, yeah, the old kickers have been putting up a lot of points this week, and maybe this is the week.
yeah, but other than that, I think Eddie's gonna take it. Unfortunately, he bet against himself. and he's gonna be wrong this time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it'll be surprising to see. But let's see. I mean, he put that Coleman and Ridley were gonna be busts, and they were.
Mm-hmm.
Ridley had 5 points. Coleman had
Yeah.
7.5.
Yeah, and the Houston Texans defense is really, really good. So you kind of expect that kind of game. And obviously, there's a growing pains of Cam Ward, so that's gonna always slow down Calvin Ridley.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Honestly, I that's the game that I saw mostly on Sunday. I basically watched all of it here and there. I was making breakfast, but or
wait,
lunch,
wait, wait. So you saw the Titans
and the Houston game.
in Houston,
And
and so you weren't
honestly,
watching the Eagles versus the Buccaneers.
no. I was watching this one, the Houston against the Titans, and honestly, it was. I was only watching it because I turned on the TV before I was making. I was gonna make
Mm.
lunch or brunch, whatever. Um, and it was horrible. It was a horrible game. The Texans O line is probably the worst O line in the league, and the way they do not help CJ Stroud tells me a lot about the team, and I feel
Houston.
like yeah, and I feel like a lot of us, or not me, because I still believe in him, but only because I have him on my team. But I feel like a lot of
Definitely
people, I feel like a lot of people are criticizing
down.
CJ Stroud a lot, and he just doesn't have time. You know, he just doesn't have time. The O line is horrible, horrible. Reminds me of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones with the Giants.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, you would know a thing or two about that.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, Trumpa has stood by Daniel Jones for many years as a Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he watched the Houston and Tennessee game over the weekend. So he clearly does not love himself. Uh,
I
but
don't.
I hate myself. I'm gonna watch this Houston Titans game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, like on paper, Roger did have this one in the bag. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got some more. Yeah, he's got some more names. He's got Coleman against the Saints, which you felt like would be pretty good for him. As it's just the Saints would just make a defensive error somewhere that he might be able to take advantage of. Amari and Hampton went from the trade block to no way in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to swipe him, but definitely was on my radar.
Mm.
Um, Herbert, one guy that I'm really not that high on is Herbert. If you I mean, yeah, he looked pretty good the first couple of weeks, but I mean, Kansas City was kind of banged up. They were in Brazil, so the Raiders aren't there very good. Uh, to be fair, he was pretty good against the Broncos, and they got a pretty stellar defense. The Giants, not so much. So I don't know. You think Herbert's coming back down to earth?
No, I think the Giants have a really good defense. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah, I think so too.
so I think it was just maybe a little bit of both things. Herbert probably thought, we have a bye week today,
Yeah.
or the whole team, but
Well, it was just cross country trip. I mean, that's not easy to adjust to.
oh yeah, that too. But yeah, definitely the Giants defense did really good. They kept them in the game. They're the whole reason why they won actually, because
Mm-hmm.
the offense, even though it did its job, it didn't look clean. And then
Yeah.
we lost neighbors as well, so that's another
It's
thing.
tough one.
Yeah.
Dart looks nice though.
Dart does look nice. Reminds me of Daniel
Caleb
Jones.
Oh no. Oh no. So yeah, like we said, on paper, Roger had this one in the bag. If you look at Eddie's team, it's really been really solid. But I feel like he's kind of a little short on gas, right? Caleb Williams seems like he's very dependent on the matchup, and it's a new offensive system, so they're still learning. I have high hopes. I really wanted to get Caleb Williams this year in this league, and I was really aiming for that. But Eddie here changed my plans a little bit on a few players actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like a Tucker Craft, for example. That's somebody that I wanted, and lo and behold, he gets picked up
Yeah.
a few rounds earlier than I thought he would go.
And
But anyways, yeah.
as
Aside
we're
from
as we're
Dobbs,
talking
mhm.
as we're talking here, the Broncos game just started. Andy just got the 10 points from the defense. and he's officially 8 points.
Winning.
8 points on top of Roger. We'll see what A Chain ends up doing, um, and what Lutz ends up doing, and we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you never know. You never know.
You
This
just
would
never
be
know. That's why it's
this
a
would be
Monday Night
a
Miracle.
Monday Night Miracle. Truly, yeah.
The defense could play lights out, and they're
But
very capable of doing that.
yeah. But okay, well, let's see how it ends up, and let's go ahead and move to the next matchup. Andy's in the chat saying, asking if Judkins is a workhorse.
Absolutely. Quinshon Judkins, he's an amazing player. I have shares of him in another league. Definitely, my team looks pretty stellar in that one. I'm very happy with what he's been producing. And the Browns historically have really liked to use two running backs, but when they had Nick Chubb, they had Hunt. There was clearly a 1A, and the 1B was pretty distant
Mm-hmm.
in comparison. He would get the work with receptions for sure, but it was all Nick Chubb.
It was on Nick Chubb, yeah.
That's why, yeah, I was very high on him, and that was a good pick for sure.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to the second matchup, which is Emma against Freddy, the newcomer, which he surprised me, honestly. But
Yeah, you taught him a little too well, I think.
I mean, I didn't teach him anything. Honestly, I asked him, we needed a guy. I told him, hey, I need a guy for a fantasy football for a fantasy football league. It's somewhat pretty competitive. Not gonna lie. He's like, I mean, I've done it here and there. He's like, I'm down, bro. Whatever. And he's been doing
Classic
really
hustle.
good. He's been doing
Classic
really good.
hustle.
Yeah. But let me go ahead and read this prediction. I think right off the bat, I think Freddie takes this. Emma's team is better than his record. Josh Jacobs is due for some positive touchdown regression. And while Penix hasn't looked good, I think he'll start showing real improvement as soon as this week. His best shot
Emma
is
did not feel the same way though.
he did not. Yeah, his best shot is if JMO is booms and Metcalf can nab a touchdown. Freddie's team is that good though. I don't like Mahomes long term, but until Worthy gets up to full speed and Rice returns, he's been using his legs tons, and that's been great for fantasy. Cook continues to be great, and Puka is, I believe, the wide receiver one at the moment. X Factors,
Sure is.
Josh Jacobs, and Puka Nakua, Bus, JMO, and Bateman. Puka obviously
Right
was.
about J-Mo.
He's right about JMO, and he's right about Puka, and he's right about Jacobs as well. How did Bateman
Yeah,
do?
he nailed it. Bateman did Rashad Bateman?
Oh, they didn't even play him. Who has him?
I see. He
Oh,
might
but
be on the
yeah,
free
Freddie. No,
waivers.
Freddie has him. 3.4 points. He was good on all four.
Yeah, he nailed it. So
Um,
Freddie definitely has this. He's really in tune with what's working this year. I think the proof is in the fact that his team has been very, very well put together this year.
yeah.
Mahomes, I was very high on Mahomes. I know he was going like in round 6 in some drafts, but I really thought that with Worthy, with Rice, the including of like people like Jalen Royals, and everything that Kelsey brings. I thought he had a really good shot at maybe 40 touchdowns this year. So I think
Mm-hmm.
he's really going to overperform on his draft value. So that was a really good pickup, in my opinion, of Mahomes. And I think, obviously he's putting up the numbers.
Yeah, and I mean, he got him late. Not usually
Yep.
when Mahomes goes, but I mean, it's like he got Mahomes for a discount, basically.
He got him in round 5, which was a little earlier. I think. No, actually, you got him at round 4, maybe?
Let me check.
Pick 56. He got him
56.
56. He may have gone way earlier.
Actually, yeah, way later than we think.
What
Yeah,
is
he got
that?
him in round
Yeah,
3.
I'm not
He got
good
him
at
in
math.
round 3.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
midpoint. Yeah, that was
But
really early.
I did see some people take him in like round 5. All right, and in some drafts he did go
12 man,
later.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that was 12 men. So 16, yeah, that's about right. That's about where you get him. Justice Hill obviously had a great performance. Not going to happen very often. Puka is that dude. I love me some Puka.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned last week that he was a wild card Maverick / part of the Round Rock Express his rookie year. So, just great player. And man, I really was hoping he'd drop to me, but unfortunately, I got the short end of the stick, and I had to pick a little later in the draft, so I missed that window.
Yeah, I mean, when you have four players putting up more than 20 points, it's gonna be a good week. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny if Freddie pulls it off, it's legitimately gonna be because of that Justice Hill garbage time touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yeah, he took it like 64 yards all the way.
And Miami's playing
Can't,
really well right now. They came up with a big stop in the red zone. I don't know if you saw that right now,
I had
but
no, I didn't.
they Miami popped the ball out of Braylon Allen's hands. He was literally inches from the touchdown. So they're
Yeah,
playing really, really well, and they're hyped. I think they're at home. So I don't know if Fields is going to get those 13 points, maybe come
yeah,
the end, but he is dealing with a concussion issue. He's back after like 2 weeks. I'm sure the coaches are going to protect him a little bit, give him a little bit more breathing room, maybe not run him as much. And if that's the case, then yeah, I don't know where Fields gets the points he needs for him to pull this one
yeah.
out.
Well, we're about to get into halftime, and he barely has 2.2 points. Emma's
Yeah, it's
still
not looking
down.
great.
Yeah, Emma's still down about 13 points. Yeah.
Hmm.
We'll see.
Yep, he needs
Hopefully
13.
he comes out slinging a quick touchdown, rushing
Hopefully,
touchdown or passing touchdown, and then Emma will have a shot. But
yeah.
if he doesn't score anything in the third quarter, I think it's over. And not only that, but then also Freddie would win, stay undefeated, and win his third back-to-back highest score week.
That's nice. How you feeling? Pretty good. But you got the Round Rock Express next week, sir.
Yeah.
So if you go 4-0, I'm looking forward to laying stake to being the most dangerous team sitting at 2-4 after I'm done with you next week.
Okay.
I look forward to that.
Okay. You're talking a lot. I'm gonna send a clip to him of this later.
Do it, do it, do it. I want all the smoke, all of it. I'm gonna shock
Yeah.
the world next week. And after that, I got Emma, I think. So that's why I said I'm gonna be 3-3 because Emma has, unfortunately, he's got good teams, but no matter, even on my bad day, somehow I just beat him every single year. I don't think he's ever beaten me.
We'll check on the history on that.
I'm pretty sure.
Another question from Andy on the chat. Which pick from y'all's lineup did you regret? And if you were to repick in that round, who would it be? Interesting. Let me
That's
check
a
my
good
team.
one.
I have to say Isaiah Pacheco. Honestly, I just looked at my lineup and saw him there, and Isaiah Pacheco definitely. He scored a touchdown this week, and he got me some points. But other than that, he's been
Garbage. Yeah.
Hunt has been the workhorse in that offense. Well, Hunt and Mahomes. Freddie did say. I mean, Eddie did say right now, since Mahomes had a couple of wide receivers out before this week, he'd been running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So I got Isaiah Pacheco in round 5. I probably would have been better with, I don't know who was there after.
At 5,
Oh,
you
yeah,
picked early in 5, right? Or am I?
yeah. I picked early in 5.
Romo
I was
Dunze.
oh
Romo
Dunce.
Dunze.
Yeah, and
Uh,
who got him? Andy right after me.
Andy. McMillan. McMillan would have been a good one.
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins would have been a good one.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, Buka.
Ibuka.
Fudge, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one,
Hmm.
honestly.
For me, I still believe Brian Thomas is going to turn it around. He was my, I think, first pick. I wanted Nico. If I was being honest, I think I wanted Nico because I kind of felt
Mm.
like maybe Brian Thomas would fall to me in the second round.
Well,
But
they took
if I
Nico
had to
right
do it
after,
over,
right before.
yeah, if I had to do it over, I think I would draft Bucky Irving 1, and then with my second pick, I would get somebody like maybe Taylor or
Oh,
let's see,
Jonathan
or
Taylor
maybe
has been a
yeah,
steal for Ben
yep.
in
Hmm.
round 2.
The only reason I didn't pick on him is obviously because he doesn't receive a lot of receptions. That's the only reason I was
No,
really low
no.
on
The
him.
only
Just
reason you
because.
didn't pick him was because Daniel Jones was his quarterback.
No, no, not really. It's always the PPR stuff. I always try to feel. That's why I really like Bucky. I like Devon Achan. I liked Chase Brown. Last year. This year I was very low on him though. I think I told you this when we drafted,
Mhm.
right? I think I told you before we even played any games. I told you that this year I'm not feeling Chase Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
He was very touchdown dependent last year, and as people kind of got used to his flow, well, that's besides the point. The whole point is that yeah, I would do over. I don't think I would take Brian Thomas. I think I would go Bucky one, and then get myself Jonathan Taylor with my second pick.
Hmm. Well, we'll see. We'll see if BTJ turns it around.
I feel he will.
I certainly believe in
I
him
think he
as
will.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his schedule gets a lot. I think it gets simpler further down the line, but we'll see. Either way, I'm in it for the long haul, baby.
Yeah. All right. Next matchup is Andy versus Louis. Most of
Ooh,
Andy's
fireworks.
most of Andy's starting lineup is not old enough to rent a car. That makes it hard to trust them for fantasy purposes. Luckily, they can hitch a ride with Josh Allen playing the Aints, the Saints. So I've got him taking this one. Judkins is a stud, and Bill will get there soon. Jefferson is due some touchdowns, and Odunse has become the guy in Chicago. On Louis' side, Ikbuka should blow up with Evans out and Godwin returning slowly, and Kelsey is still viable until the Kansas City wide receivers return. But I don't like A.J. Brown this season, and I don't have any confidence in Breeze either. I expect Pickens to blow up without CD next week when he's not being shadowed by Micah. X Factors, Allen and Igbuka bust Harvey and Pickens. Oh, he was wrong about that one.
He thought Pickens was gonna be the bust.
Yeah,
Didn't he just say that? Oh, he was gonna blow up when he's not shadowed by.
but Micah, like he said next week when he's not
Oh,
being
okay,
shadowed by
okay,
Micah. But
gotcha. Well, I mean, when Mike is not disrupting everything, well, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. But it was a good call. I think he he called it. Mbuka playing against Philly, that was a pretty dangerous one. I'm sure Shelby probably thought about benching him.
mm-hmm.
Just he's got a couple of options, so he probably maybe decided maybe I want to sit that. But overall, it was a good matchup. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
If Pickens doesn't go off, you're talking about a closer game here. To be
Yeah,
honest.
for sure. For
Mm-hmm.
sure. If he has just a standard game without CD, let's say 16 points, 100 yards, touchdown, couple catches, 20 points, then yeah, I mean this is a whole. In fact, if it was 20 points, they'd be tied right now.
Mm-hmm.
I still wouldn't like Andy's chances though. Hall against Harvey. Harvey, I think will be a good player at some point. I was really wanted him on my roster, but I was kind of just like, well, everybody wants him to be Kamara, and Kamara is just kind of like a special talent, right? You don't just find another one. So I was like, he might take some time to cook, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to be ready. So I was more high on J.K. Dobbins, um, and that worked out for me. But yeah, no, Harvey's definitely a guy waiting in the wings. But
Yeah,
I don't know if this is. I mean, who knows? Maybe tonight he'll blow up 20 points or something. But
we'll
just
see.
on paper, just on paper, they have a lot of people they like to pass to, so that kind of takes away a lot of the Harvey's thunder, which is where I think people thought he was going to be really good. I myself thought he was going to be flex worthy till he gets the starting job.
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through the first. He has 0 points. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then Andy just said, I can't even be upset. My players shine, but I was rooting for Pickens the whole night. Because he's a Cowboys fan. So
Of course, of course.
I mean, it must have been tough, right, to watch, to celebrate, and to lose, basically. But
Sit
anyways,
there, go yes, no,
no.
no, yes.
Yeah, well, Eddie picked Andy for this one, and I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately.
So Eddie is what 1-2 now? Looking like.
Eddie looking like 1-2, yes.
but one of them's still up in the air, right? The Roger one.
But both of them, because I mean, if Fields
Oh, that's
come
true.
if Fields comes out to play in the second half, they just scored a field goal to go into halftime, so now it's a 7-point game. So if Fields comes out and he feels himself and scores a touchdown, scores a touchdown real quick, Emma can take it. We'll see.
We
Okay.
shall.
The next matchup is Alfie versus Ben. Ben, Ben, how are you gonna name your team that when you don't even have Goff? This one's a tough one. Alfie's got like 4 extra PP Ravens points, but Ben's got like at least 10 in our point per trade offer sent league. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Ben's got a potentially dominant running back core, but Henry's been boom bust, and Genty hasn't exploded yet. I predict Henry has a down game against Kansas City, stop run D, and Genty actually booms this week against Chicago. Bo Nix is interesting. He'll either explode against Cincy's paper mache defense and Browning, or they'll dominate from the beginning and he won't need to throw. On Alfie's side, Jaden and Bijan are excellent, and Scatterbo, Devante are solid. It'll be close, and I think if Andrews catches a touchdown, Alfie wins. X Factor, Taylor, Bijan, Bust, Henry Laporta. He was pretty on the dot with this one. He predicted
he really was.
he predicted Henry to have an off game. He predicted
Who
Genty.
to win?
He picked I think he picked Alfie.
Wow, he's right on the money so far.
Yeah, because he put. I mean, at the end, he just put. I think that if Andrews catches a touchdown, Alfie wins. Obviously, Andrews didn't catch a touchdown, but Alfie's still winning, so I'm assuming he's.
Yeah, he's up like 40 right now, so I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I mean, Ben definitely needs Bo Nix and Curtin Sutton to turn up right now. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
But the fact that he went one for 5 yards, it's like, what is happening with this Broncos offense? Are they somehow scared to go up against this vaunted Bengals defense? Like, what's happening? You should be passing all over them.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
But let's see what went wrong in Ben's team. Oh, Henry, Devonta Smith. Actually, nobody really showed up. Nobody really showed up for him, only Genty.
Yeah. That was basically it. The fact that he didn't have any touchdowns. And you know what? Yeah, man. It's touchdowns will save you some games. But in this case, yeah, his guys just didn't produce. There was no offense so far. And those touchdowns are the key difference right now. I mean, the Funzy Ravens have what? 1, 2, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. That's 18 points. So that's a pretty big deal right now.
Well, the thing is that Genty has 3 touchdowns himself. You know.
Good point.
I think here the difference is that Bijan had 75 rushing yards and he had 106 receiving yards. That's the difference. You know, Bijan's really a PPR machine, and I think he's going. If he has a good year, I think he should go first round pick next year.
If he's healthy,
yeah. Him or Puka for sure.
Him or Puka. I'm on Team Puka, but I think you're underestimating Jahmyr Gibbs. I think it's his time to shine. He's coming.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, maybe he went top 3 in this league at least.
Yeah. No, he's definitely. I feel like he's definitely in the conversation for the first pick, or maybe I'm just a little too high on him, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, last year I still felt like it was a little bit more on the committee side, but this year I have definitely seen that Jahmyr Gibbs has been the man, you know, in Detroit. I know Montgomery had a good game last week, but they both did. You know, they just they both had a good game. So basically, it's either just Gibbs or both of them.
But no, yeah, in this case, he gets all the PPR work. But yeah, if I had to pick, I think my pick, first overall, would be Bijan Robinson. This is an offense that runs through him. Your defense can plan to try to stop him, but they have, they feel very confident about Drake London, Kyle Pitts, uh, over the top. So that frees up Bijan to be a little less resistance up front.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Judkins, for example, nobody fears the Browns passing game, so it becomes a little more difficult for him to turn out yards, I think. He's definitely got, I like to say, every time there's a player starting for the first time, I always feel like there's a 3-game boost where they play really lights out for 3 games till people start seeing enough film and game planning around them. And then we start seeing them regress a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and go to the next one, which is your matchup, William Rodriguez against Alex De Leon.
Last week, one William got away. It's not happening this time. It's not happening this time.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about most of my matchups in retrospect. I think Ben's was the only one week 1 was the only one that I really felt I was a big underdog. So the last 2 matchups came down to a few key plays. I thought my team was much better than the record suggested. I think I'm maybe 5th in points, maybe. But
yeah, I
feel like I've
actually
been outscoring
checked. I
people.
checked that during the week, and I saw that you're in the middle. Yeah, you're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm
in
not.
points.
No slouch. But I got a break with Benson becoming a starter now. He was a part timer, but still gets a good amount of work. If Brian Thomas turns it around, I feel very much more confident throughout the rest of the year. As I keep harping on, I got Rishi Rice coming back in a few weeks. But overall, yeah, I kind of felt like William just did not have enough firepower this week. So I wasn't really too afraid. I looked at his team and I was like, well, I mean, who does he really have? Etienne's kind of there. He's had a couple of good runs, but not really that dangerous. Romeo Dobbs, I saw it and I was like, yeah, he's gonna have multiple touchdowns. I looked at it, I was like, he always does this to the Cowboys. I was like, he's gonna have like 2 touchdowns. I kind of felt that. Cup, not really worried about Cup or that, or Jaden Daniels less, Zach Ertz. Christian Kirk, I haven't really been high on him for the last like 3 years. I thought his best days are behind him, I think. Trey Tucker, I was like, okay, this both these guys go for 40 and does nothing the next week.
Yeah.
That they're like, throw a rock and you'll hit any one of them, right? Whether we're talking about guys like Torrey Smith, we're talking about to a lesser degree like a Steve Smith type. Oh, Ted Ginn Jr. There we go. I was like, he was on the Panthers. Who are we talking about? Ted Ginn Jr. Yeah. So those guys, sometimes they go off, but they mostly don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I didn't see him having a lot of home runs, so I wasn't too worried. I really like my teams overall. They're used a lot, prominently in their teams. So I felt very comfortable with my floor. And I was like, well, if I get any touchdowns, if I get any explosive plays, awesome. And Bucky delivered.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, honestly, I've known William for a couple of years, and I know he saw Trey Tucker went for 40, and he picked them off of waivers, and he was like, he's gonna do it again, right? He probably thought that to himself. Yeah. But unfortunately for him, he left Kenneth Gainwell. He left Kenneth Gainwell in the bench with 31.4 points.
Yeah.
So
that now probably would have been a difference.
Yeah. I mean, that, and honestly, you're only winning by 2 right now. J.K. Dobbins and Troy Franklin have 0.3 points for you. And honestly, I don't know if you saw, but Daniel Jones, apart from having 2 interceptions, he also missed out on 2 passing touchdowns because of a stupid plays, honestly.
Donnie Mitchell.
So if that doesn't happen, you're talking about another 8 points here, and at least you sweat it out. So
no, definitely. I think the way the Bengals are playing tonight, it looks like had William made the right moves, I get blown out, and this is a game I legitimately had no shot at winning.
But we'll see. I mean, let me read I haven't even read the predictions.
We'll see. Dobbins could fumble right now and get benched the rest of the game. Franklin could, be washing cars next week for all I know.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. I posted these on. Let me read the projection. Excuse me. I posted these on.
please.
I posted these on X, so William probably already delivered these predictions to you guys. But but I'll type them up here anyway. This is the week William will regret trading Genty away. Vegas O line is horrendous, but he'll expose the Bears. Williams got a lot of decent pieces, but no superstar he can rely on every week. I don't like Cup at this stage in his career, and I don't expect a repeat performance from Trey Tucker. On Alex's side, the Benson pick will start paying off, and I believe BTJ will start to turn things around this week. I don't like the MHJ pick though. I saw a lot of cards games last year because I had Kyler in 2 leagues, and my McBride is the one. That being said, the rest of his team is strong enough, and he gets his first win this week. So he
Finally,
bet
somebody picks me, and they're right.
somebody, yeah, uh, for sure. But yeah, he was spot on. The Genty trade. If he has Genty in his lineup, he wins
Yeah,
pretty much.
Gainwell would have been the perfect substitute for that, but yeah, William rode the hot hand. He wanted to put his whole team's weeks, hopes, and dreams on Trey Tucker, 5'8", 180 pounds. Trey Tucker.
Okay, well he's gonna be right about this one. Let's go ahead and
Thankfully,
go to the next one. Smiley versus Juan. Juan's predicted to be the lowest scoring team this week, and it's not hard to see why. Losing CD hurts, and his R2 pick has also been disappointing. McConkey is clearly the most talented wide receiver on the team, but Herbert has been spreading the ball around, which has hurt Ladd. Pollard has been great with Spears still out, but will he be enough on his own? On Smiley's side, I don't expect Chase to be as bad as he was last week, but he's definitely not going to be at 101 levels like expected, especially against Denver's defense. If I don't make the playoffs this year, I'm tanking the losers bracket. First pick, curse strikes again. The rest of his team should be enough to get the job done. Waddle has been good, but is touchdown dependent. Olave is a PPR merchant, and the Aints will always be playing from behind. Mason, while temporary, is a good pick. I take Smiley on this one. X Factors, Olave and Pollard, Buzz, Chase, and Golden. I mean,
well,
really
yeah,
wrong.
for the
Really
most part,
wrong, but who could have predicted a 40-40 game of Cowboys against Packers? Dak gave Juan 30 points. His next, I think Khalil Shakir is really good, but it's also very touchdown dependent. Um, the Eagles defense had 13 points. Somehow I didn't watch that game, but they got scored on a lot. They still managed to have 13 points, which is great. So things just went right for Juan this week, and I think he needed it too, being another 0-3 team.
definitely.
And I mean, for Smiley, I can't think of anything else but the Titanic sinking right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at his roster, right? Loveland, they had Cole Komet. Even though they drafted him high, you would expect that to be a pick that picks up later on in the season.
Mm.
And also, just tight end just takes a while longer to develop. The Raiders, Brock Bowers, I get it, right? He did phenomenal last year. But the Raiders didn't really have anybody, so they had to throw to Brock Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and other than that, Kyler Murray, I mean, he's super inconsistent. I get waiting for a quarterback, but sometimes you got to draw a line and say, this is where I wanna I need to take one of these dudes. You
Yeah.
know, Hubbard, I like Hubbard, but he's not C-Mac. He is a dime store C-Mac. He's
Mm-hmm.
okay. He'll be used in the system, but he's nothing really spectacular. Mason, a lot of people are very high on Mason. I haven't seen enough to tell you one way or the other. Chase, his kryptonite is that Burrow oftentimes is hurt. Chase, when he has those amazing seasons, it's because Burrow's around, but Burrow's already missed like 3 seasons, I think. His rookie year, he got hurt. He's obviously out now. And I want to say 3 years ago he also suffered an injury, but can't remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he for sure. I mean, a lot of people. I've already seen the comparisons with Andrew Luck,
Mm-hmm.
and I really hope it doesn't go that way. I think Joe Burrow is way better than Andrew Luck, and his potential, and just I think he's just a really, really, really good fit for the NFL and for any team. Honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
just think he's had bad luck. I'm delusional, but hopefully he asks for a trade and he comes to New York, or get out of the Bengals. You know, the Bengals haven't done anything
Oh no.
to
Oh no,
protect
sir.
him.
They paid a pretty penny. They are
Yeah,
keeping all three.
yeah. But I mean, they're keeping all three, but it's hurting them.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Cincinnati's not known for championships.
Well, yeah. I
They
mean,
lucked out on LeBron, right, in Ohio, but that's about it. Ohio is not known for, like, stellar
I
football aside from
prefer
Ohio State, I guess.
when you tell me Cincinnati, I think of Ocho Cinco. I don't think of LeBron James.
That was, yeah. Do your homework, kids. Ocho Cinco, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson. Amazing
But
receiver.
anyway, well, he was wrong on this one as well,
New week,
unless
same
somehow.
question. How do you stop number 85?
Yeah. And let's go ahead and go to the next matchup, which would be mine against
Zavala.
Savalas. Honestly, I'm sweating right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going through it for
You're going
sure.
through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the right now for what it looks like the Denver Broncos and Bengals game is going to be an absolute snoozer. Tyreek is actually producing, you know.
Yeah, if Tyreek scores a touchdown right now or a couple more catches,
Oh, yes.
it's
I see that
yeah,
you only have the tight end, right? What do you have?
yeah,
The tight end
the tight end
and Wilson.
and Wilson.
I
But
think he'll be okay. Wilson's going to get enough at some point. It could be garbage time, but he
hopefully,
will, I mean,
hopefully,
Justin Fields is the garbage time king. So that might save you and Emma.
we'll see. Hopefully, but honestly, I mean, who could have predicted? Well, and as we talk, Hill just got caught a pass, and now Savala's up a point. Who could have predicted Lamar Jackson to have a really bad game? I mean, you always think
Kansas City, bro.
when you always
Kansas
think
City.
when there's two really good offenses going against each other, they're gonna put up a lot of points. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It wasn't that. I mean, I was never gonna start C.J. Stroud over him. C.J. Stroud had 18
Of
points.
course not.
Um, and it could have if I would have started CJ Stroud. I don't know what universe I'd be in a better position right now. But
Hey, you watched the
unfortunately,
Titans and Houston game, so who knows, man? You're doing weird things over there.
I know. I mean, I started him in another league. You know, I paired him. I have him paired with Nico in another league. But we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely sweating right now. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully Justin Fields comes out and just does something, because the last thing I need right now is for Tyreek to score a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Let's see. Has he scored a touchdown? Yeah, I think he scored one last week.
Maybe.
Let's see. Yeah, he scored one last week. So, you know what? Odds are maybe. But I don't know. I think they're in the red zone. So
Well, they're in the 24th right now, but we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, let me read the prediction. Cesar's going to see the Giants next week, which means they'll explode this week and shit the bed next week. He's probably right about that. That's just how it goes. Neighbors is going to go off against the Chargers with Dart throwing to him. I also expect Pittman to go off with Indiana Jones throwing to him just to rub salt in Cesar's wounds. While Tyreek looks washed and Swift is meh, I'm calling the upset on this one. Lamar and Flowers have a tough matchup against the Chiefs. And while Saquon is Saquon, having Pacheco as your RB2 won't be enough if Lamar has a bad game. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe he might be right.
Well, to be fair, I mean, right? Pearsall's still kind of an unproven product, so you don't necessarily know what you're going to get with him week in and week out.
Mm-hmm.
Barkley again, Barkley. Jackson is going up against a team that's beaten him at least 3 times in a row now, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
Kansas City does one thing well, and that's beat the shit out of the Ravens, it seems. Um, I mean, Pacheco, he was great 2 years ago, suffered the injury last year. He hasn't quite looked right. And I don't think that offensive line is doing enough to get those running lanes open that he needs. Zay Flowers, inconsistent. That's kind of just who he is. He's crossed 1,000 yards once in his career by 50 yards. So it wasn't like a spectacular 1,000 yards,
Uh-huh.
So he is pretty. That's who he is. So yeah, it's like you got a lot of guys. It's kind of like you're just blasting a shotgun. It's gonna be hit or miss. From 100 yards out, he's just firing away, seeing what sticks. And with Wilson, obviously he's a really talented receiver, but he has Justin Fields throwing the ball. Again, a guy who has never really produced. I don't think he's ever produced a 1,000-yard receiver. So that is one of those like shaky ground players.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your team when it goes off, I mean when they hit, they hit. But there's gonna be some fluctuations here and there, and that's just part of the game. In this case, you're gonna need a few breaks, and maybe you'll get them.
Actually, yeah. Oh wait, no. I was about to say. Last year Garrett Wilson did have 1,000 yards, but Justin Fields was not his quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just saw that Tyreek Hill was just injured during the last play.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm only watching the streamcast. I don't know what happened, but seems they're in the red zone now. I don't know if Hill is playing or not, but
Oh. Oh. Look at this. Look at this score.
uh,
My my home league.
uh,
Can you see the score?
no, it's
You
kind of
can't
small.
see it.
Yeah, it's kind of small, but I can put it up over here for a bit real quick.
You can do it. Look at
Yeah.
that. 95.1 to 95.2.
Oh my gosh.
I know, bro. I know.
Well,
Don't I know it?
hopefully Bo Nix scored a touchdown right now, so that helped. But we'll see how that ends. T Higgins is gonna get some garbage time probably as well. All right.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Definitely.
Well, Chase is getting the Pat Surtain treatment, so they probably will be targeting Higgins a lot tonight. So I may end up being 0-4 in my own league, and that's going to be the first time that's ever happened. I don't think I've ever gone 0-3. So it's been a rough start.
Well, there's always a first.
Yeah, especially when you've been doing this as long as I have.
All right. Then let's go ahead and go to the last projection, which is William Hernandez against Alex Roberts. If I had touchdown for Waller, is that his second touchdown? Yeah,
It is.
Darren Waller.
Waiver
Nice.
wire.
As long as it's not Tyreek Hill, I am perfectly fine with the Dolphins to score. Well, anyways, if I had Alex's team, I'd lose a few days of life for every injury notification from the ESPN app. CMC has been awesome though, and his team is better than their 1-2 record. Not a Stevenson fan, but if he's actually allowed to see the field after last week, he's got a juicy matchup against the Panthers. He also needs Terry to play, even though he hasn't been great so far. On the flip side, Kyren has been a beast. Amon-Ra is going up against a tough Browns defense, though, and losing Evans hurts. I'm going to call the upset on this one because of Amon-Ra and because I think Sunday is a Josh Jacobs day, so love won't be needed much. Alex wins a close match. Another one that was wrong. X Factors, Kyren and CMC, Bust, Love, and Juju. I don't know if I would call Juju a bust. I mean, he had 13 points, which is probably his season high.
Yeah. Definitely beats his projection. I think his projection was maybe 10 points.
Yeah.
So,
but
hey, at a flex spot, you're getting 13 out of Juju Smith-Schuster. I think that's a win. He was projected for 6, by the way.
Yeah, that is a win.
Swing and a miss. He's human after all.
Oh, Tyreek Hill got carted off per William on the group chat.
Oh my God.
I don't like celebrating injuries. But this helps me.
This helps you.
Yeah, and now I'm actually up by a point. Gesicki just caught his first pass, and puts me up. Well, let's see. I mean, let's see how many he would have gotten wrong, right or wrong. We can't predict all of them right now because they're still playing. But he picked Roger over himself. And he's probably gonna get that one wrong. Then he picked Freddie over Emma, and he's probably going to get this one right. We'll see. I mean, Justin Fields is about to get the ball for the first time in the second half right now, and he's down about 12 points right now. He needs 12 points from Justin Fields, which is honestly pretty doable if he has a passing touchdown. But we'll see. So that would be, I mean, this one's up in the air still, but let's say he's 0-1. And then Andy and Shinobi, he picked Andy. That's 0-2. Offie and Ben, he picked Offie. That's 1-2. Unless somehow Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton score 30 points right now. And then Eddie and William, that's 2-2. And then Smiley against Juan, he got this one wrong, so that's 2-3. And then Zavala and myself is still up in the air. If Hill doesn't come back, I win, which would put him at 2-4. And then William and Alex, he picked Alex, and he already lost that one, so that's 5.
Wait. You're telling me there's 2 William versus Alex matchups tonight?
Oh, yeah. Wow, I can't believe we didn't catch that. Yeah. There is 2 William against Alex matchups tonight. And it looks like one William's going to win and one Alex is going to win.
Nice. Hey, that's perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Yeah. Well, so far for sure, he's going to have 5 wrong and 1 right, 2 still up in the air. We'll see it.
Damn, see? You see. Predictions are not easy.
They're not. And I mean, he had a lot of right picks on the players, but then just not picking the right team. Yeah, not picking the right team.
Well, that's just the chemistry of the NFL, right? Sometimes he picked a lot of good spots where he said, this guy's going to go blow up, but the other team just, made some magic happen. And that's just how it goes.